When you called me up this morning, told me about the new love you found, I said I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you. Found someone else, I guess I won't be coming round. I guess it's over, baby. It's really over, babe. Oh, I just never thought I would be replaced so soon. I wasn't prepared. I guess y'all don't know anything about Chicago, do you? Let's dive into it, shall we? Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Rolling with T-Bone. If you're new here, welcome in. My name's T-Bone. I shoot motorcycle related content and any kind of content really. If you are new here, I invite you to check out a few of my videos. If you think I'm right for you, consider giving us a subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. If you're old here, welcome back. You know what's going on. Let's dive into it. All right. If you see me walking by and the tears are in my eyes, look away, baby, look away. And if we meet on the street someday and I don't know what to say, look away, baby, look away. I guess all you cool cats and hip chicks don't know anything about no Journey or Chicago or, you know, any of them sissy bands like that from the 60s and 70s. Oh man, guys, welcome to the week of Thanksgiving. Wow. Man, this year has absolutely flown by, man. Just gone. I mean, it's just gone. We have officially landed to the week of Thanksgiving. And, of course, I want to take a moment here and go backwards to this past Friday, which was November the 22nd. Me and my lovely bride celebrated 27 years of marriage. 27 years of putting up with T-Bone. That right there should get her nominated for sainthood, as far as I know. I don't know if that was actually a qualification to become a saint, was to put up my ass for 27 years, but she did it. And she's still doing it. 27 years. Love you, R1. My baby. Yes, I wish you would turn. That would be just phenomenal. You really? Dude, turn. God dang. A beautiful day, and then along will come an asshole that will screw it up. Anyway, not going to dwell on that. But yeah, 27 years, guys. Happy Thanksgiving coming up this week. Golly, man, I've got a lot to be thankful for here. We have came a long ways, and it started right, well, actually a year ago this month, November. It started a year ago. Of course, what I am talking about is the growth of our channel here. And now we're into, a year later, we're into the evolution of the channel. Things are changing up. We're adding stuff, taking away stuff, changing stuff up. As you would have seen if you caught last week's episode of Cryptids of North America, where we discussed that old boy, the Georgia Bigfoot. That was a very interesting video to shoot, guys, because I hadn't watched that episode in a while. When I went back and I rewatched the Georgia Bigfoot crossing that was picked up by the two police officers. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't know what the next cryptid's going to be. You know, we talk about Bigfoot, and I have to be careful when I do cryptid content. Nose is itching. Because if you say Bigfoot or if you say Sasquatch, you have broad brushed the situation. And what I can't do is get into a series where I just constantly am broad brushing everything. So that means that there will be future episodes will be becoming more detailed, where I will be naming the Bigfoots that we will be talking about, such as the Grassman, the Wild Man, and of course that famous one from the swamps of Florida called the Skunk Ape. Actually, the Skunk Ape will probably be coming up pretty soon in an episode. Guys, I didn't realize how much information there was on the Skunk Ape, because up until I started researching the Skunk Ape again for this series, I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know, you know, I thought he had always just been limited to a couple of sightings, one photo, but nope, there's some information on the Skunk Ape. I just gotta get through all of it. And you know, you guys, some of you guys have talked to me about the details that I go into when, you know, I don't never want to give you any misinformation on these cryptids that I'm talking about. I always want to be able to point you in the proper directions for them and give you the proper information. So sometimes I have to go back and triple, quadruple check myself. But if I do end up accidentally giving out misinformation, I always go back in the video and correct it, either by popping it up on the screen or just cutting that put out and then putting the right thing in there. But you know, that's kind of the way I want it to be. I want it to be proper information. I don't want it to be you know, misleading, misinformation. And I hope all my audio is working good. I haven't had that trouble that I had a couple times back. Of course, now I only ever had that trouble when I was fingering with the camera, hitting the buttons manually and all that stuff. I found it's just easier to use my voice controls. But man, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Man, I hope y'all got a lot to be thankful for. Like I said a minute ago before I squirreled out and went off on a tirade in a different direction, we got a lot to be thankful for. I mean, Thanksgiving coming up, we got a lot to be thankful for. We have grown this channel this year. Of course, it hasn't been on fire with thousands and thousands of subscribers, but we have grown. Slow and steady will win the race every time, because we are getting quality over quantity. And with that said, I'm very thankful, because about a year ago, of course, if you're new here, you don't know, scroll down, some of y'all won't know, I shot a video this time last. Okay, well, I wasn't recording it all there. Okay, well, that's great. I have no clue where I'm at then. Okay, well, let me just do a short, I was talking about Thanksgiving, I was talking about everything going on, I was talking about you guys doing lives, and that I've subscribed to over 200 people. But anyway, I guess we're recording now. Looks like the light's flashing. Are we recording? Yeah, we're recording. Alright. I wasn't recording, I was just talking away, just having a great old conversation to myself. But anyway, I hope the audio's good on this. I know I was having issues a few videos back, but I was messing with the camera more, and I quit doing that, and I've just started using my voice commands. But anyway, sidetrack squirrel. I was talking about the video I shot a year ago, of course, the shade tree surgeon video, and we started growing, and we started taking on subscribers. So there's a lot to be thankful for. I have been watching our channel steadily grow. Of course, now we're not growing, you know, 2 or 3 thousand subscribers a day, but you know, we're slow and steady. We're getting quality over quantity, I feel like. You know, it's going to be what it's going to be, and I'm not going to spend no time worrying about it, about who's watching, who's not watching, subscriber counts and all that. I'm just doing my thing, and that's kind of where I think I'm going to keep it with myself. It's just me doing my thing. You know, it's one thing to be able to make good content, but it's another thing to be able to make content that's interesting. Anybody can make good content. You can shoot any kind of content. It's good content, or I feel that way. But yeah, so in a year we have grown. we have taken on a new look. We are changing things around. We are evolving, as I said a minute ago. Don't know if you guys heard it. I might have just been talking to myself. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's all part and parcel of what it is that I'm trying to do here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just have a good time and be myself and shoot content that I enjoy about subjects that I enjoy. And I tell you, being thankful, it being the week of Thanksgiving, I am so very thankful to you guys for the support that y'all have given the Cryptids of North America series. You guys have you guys have dove into this with me. Y'all are genuinely excited about the cryptid, and we're having good conversations about it. We're having great conversations about it. People are starting to open up to me a little bit more about their experiences. And yeah, I mean, you know, 20 years ago you would be ostracized for talking about such things. You would be you know, you would be ridiculed and made fun of, and you really believe in that stupid stuff? I mean, you know, we're in a different world today, and I've really opened up more about it here in the last couple of years, I guess, than I ever have. But yeah, I just find that it's interesting, fascinating, and you guys seem to as well. So, you know, y'all have enticed me to keep it going, and that's what I'm going to do. But I hope everybody, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, because me, you know, me and R1, we've been married for 27 years. We got married November 22nd of 1997. And, you know, I'll tell you a little bit about that, kind of a backstory there, if y'all are interested in hearing it. So, me and R1 had met 95 or 96, and of course I was on a motorcycle. The first time me and R1 ever met, I was riding a motorcycle in December, and it was snowing, and it was in town there, and I had come riding through, and her friend at the time was together, and I just pulled up on her, and she was standing there. I thought she was just beautiful, as she is today. And I asked her, I said, would you like to take a ride with me on my motorcycle? She said, it's snowing. I said, it won't be a long ride. So we took and rode out to the end of town, turned around, came back, and she tells everybody that was the night she fell in love with me. And of course, it would be a couple of years on down the road before we started actually dating. Our first date was July the 4th, 1997, 4th of July weekend. We had went to listen to some music, live music, on our first date, and that whole night she said 2 words to me, which was hello and goodbye. But she is very shy back then. She's still shy today. She's very quiet, very shy around people, but she was really shy back then. But we went out on our date, and I thought, man, I didn't make no kind of impression on her at all. And then she got into a situation, and about 2 weeks later she moved in with me. No, it wasn't even 2 weeks. It was about a week later. My roommate, who was dating R1's best friend at the time, well, married to her, I guess. No, I can't remember if Carl and Jessica were married at that time or not. But anyway, Carl was one of my roommates, and he came in and he said, man, Regina's going to be moving in here. And I was like, well, what? And the rest is history. We dated. Our first date was July the 4th weekend of 1997. 3 months later, well, no, let's see. Now, 4 months later, November the 22nd, 1997, we were married. So when you know, you know. And we've been together, we were together for 4 months, got married. Everybody said, oh, it'll never last a year. You'll never make it. And man, 27 years later, we are still kicking ass and taking names. And R1 has stood behind me. I've tried to stand beside her with everything she's been through health-wise, but guys, over the years, she has put up with some crazy stuff for me when I was a volunteer firefighter, pro wrestler. She has been there, which the firefighting and the pro wrestling was stuff I was doing before her and I got together, but even after we were together, she's always been supportive of everything I wanted to do, even motovlogging this right here, because she knows the undeniable truth about me. I'm not just a guy who's going to sit around and talk about doing stuff. I'm the guy who's going to go do stuff. I'm not going to, you know, I don't want to get to the end of my life and be laying in a bed somewhere dying going, man, I wish I'd have done this, or I wished I would have did this, or I really enjoyed that, I wished I would have tried that. That's not who I am. I have everything that I have set my mind to that's something that I wanted to do, I have always made it happen. I might even say that's how me and R1 got married, because I knew probably, well, I knew when I asked her, because continuing with that story, we were living, of course, two of my roommates one had already moved out and the other one was out of town most of the time, so it was just me and R1 basically at the house together alone all the time. And we just connected, and I just sat down on the edge of the bed one day and I just said, will you marry me? And she said, I will, under one condition. I said, what's that? She said, you set the date, you plan everything, and I'll show up and marry you. And I went and got the blood work done, got the marriage license, and November the 22nd, we were hitched. We was married up, but she wanted to make sure that I was serious about marrying her, because she was not going to play that game. And then we got married, beautiful wedding. But yep, she said, I will marry you under one condition. You set the date, you plan everything, and I will show up and marry you. How many women don't want to plan their own marriage? R1 left it all up to me, which was fine. I think I did a pretty decent job with it. We had a great wedding, I think, beautiful wedding. But 27 years later, we are still going strong. When they were taking bets, they would have been taking the Vegas bets and laying the odds that we would not make it a year. But here we are, killing it. Just killing it. Of course, R1 is not a conventional woman. She don't like to go shopping and spend money on all this crazy stuff. She is very down to earth. She is a very traditional woman. I am a very traditional kind of guy. She's never really worn the makeup. She has worn makeup a few times, but I always told her, I said, you don't need makeup. You're Native American. My wife is 3/4 Cherokee Indian, and she has some Sioux Indian in her. Just a little bit of German on her dad's side. Very beautiful, dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes, which is my kryptonite Superman. And I've always just told her, you're beautiful natural. You're naturally beautiful. You don't need all that stuff. And she has not worn makeup in probably, it's been over 20 years, I know. And it would always break her out, and her face would bother her, and she's like, I'm allergic to makeup. And I'm like, well, quit wearing the crap. You don't need it anyway. She's like, you know what, you're right. And then along came Cheyenne, our oldest daughter, 24 next month, December. She will be 20, am I wrong, 23 or 24? She was born in 2000, yeah, 24, so she'll be 24. And then Tashera, youngest daughter, Nico, was born in 2004. And then the old chip off of the block, TJ, y'all seen TJ on the channel, was born in 2008. God, man, my baby boy, this coming February, will be 16 years old. Golly, the years have flown by. But that's just kind of a little bit of mine and R1's history. I thought y'all might find that interesting. So, and that kind of goes back to what I have talked about to other couples who are going to get married. I've kind of talked to, you know, couples before they get married. Or I've had family come up and say, how do you know when it's the one? If you're with the person that you're supposed to be with. When it came to me and Regina, I knew. I didn't have to have nobody tell me. I did not have to have anyone to point anything out to me. I knew God put her directly in my path to save my life and to be my mate, to be my companion, to be my best friend, to support me as I support her, to take care of her when she's been having health issues, and when I'm having health issues, she take care of me. And that's, you know, good times. We've had good times, we've had great times, we've had hard times. But I knew, you just know. No one has to say anything. When the right person comes along and it's your person, the one that God has chosen for you to be with, you just know. And I knew about, honestly, I asked her to marry me in October, and then we got married in November. I knew pretty well much about 2 weeks in that, hey, she's supposed to be, this is right. This is right. And you know, it hasn't always been easy. When we first got married, see, we were married 3 years before she ever got pregnant with Cheyenne. So we had some rough times, but we fought for each other. We took care of each other. There might have been some times that she might have had second guesses about being married to me. But we took care of each other and we stuck it out, and now we have had 27 glorious years of marriage. We've got 3 beautiful kids that are healthy, happy. Very proud of all 3 of our kids. And that's the way the blessings work, if you allow them. That's the biggest thing. GoPro, stop it. I mean, that is the biggest thing. You have to be willing to get the ego out of the way, to get the self-importance out of the way, and be willing to accept the blessings that God is willing to give you. You just have to be willing to get out of His way and let Him work His blessings in your life. You're a genius. I love you. You make me happy. Pull out in the middle of an intersection and stop. That is awesome. I should have went before this camper, but I have never seen a camper like that. It's a pop-up camper. I know what a pop-up camper is. But that thing is cool looking, guys. It's like green. It says Patchy. P-A-C-H-E. Patchy. Like Apache, but it just says Patchy. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you know, the blessings are there. You just have to be willing to get out of the way and let God do them. Not that I'm trying to preach a sermon here, but God is very prevalent in my life. Me and R1 both have a, you know, I'm not going to say we're Bible-thumping Christians, but we are Christian. We do believe in God. We do love God. I do acknowledge the existence of my supreme being, which is God. And if you don't, that's fine. You know, I'm not going to stop being your friend. I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to say, oh, you're a devil worshiper. You are free to believe the way you want to believe, as am I. And I will still be your friend. Yeah, buddy. That's the way it rolls. That's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. But man, they've been a lot of stuff. Now we'll switch on. We'll move on. I appreciate y'all listening to that story. If you're still here, I love you. You're the cool ones. You're the real ones. But anyway, we'll move on from that. Also, with Thanksgiving here, I don't know, but man, you guys have been on the lives, man. You've been doing your thing. Of course, we've got Moto Bomb Virginia, who does the Saturday Night Lives. Ray Gregory, second cousin Ray, second cousin. People, and I'll stop here and address that. Everybody say, why do you call Ray Gregory Rogers second cousin? Because all big men are my second cousin. And Ray Ray is my second cousin. I will tell everybody he's my second cousin. And I will fight for my cousin Ray Ray. And I think my cousin Ray Ray would probably throw a bullet at somebody for me if I was in trouble and I needed help. But my cousin Ray Ray, he is my second cousin. It could be a lie. I don't know. He understands what I just said right there. I promise you, he knows exactly what I just said when I said it could be a lie. I don't know. But any which way, you guys have been doing great with the lives. I've been enjoying. I know I had said, and I know I've done it, I've kind of backed out going into live streams. And I guess this is the part of the video where I talk about the meat and potatoes of the situation a little bit. Because I was asked in Messenger, why have you quit coming on to the live streams? It's nothing to do with the content creators who are shooting the lives. It's nothing to do with anybody. It's basically to do with me. How can I say this to where I don't sound like a complete jackrabbit? Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. This is the result of the weather we've been having in November. That's what this is. But anyway, you know, it's... you gotta stay humble, okay? You gotta stay humble. You gotta keep the ego out of this thing. And I've been watching the lives for a while now, and I've been watching each person's live and enjoying them, but I have seen that things in some of the lives are changing. Not one particular live, but all the way across the board. Things have been changing. And I am not, what I'm about to say, I am not pointing this at anybody at all in particular. So don't say, yeah, you're talking about me, and get mad and unfriend me and block me and all that, because I'm not. That's part of the ego. If what I'm about to say, if you think I'm talking about you, that's part of the problem, because I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about YouTube as a whole, not just individuals. But I've noticed some of these people, with that being said, some of these people are starting to feel themselves a little too much. They're starting to get a little bit arrogant. They're starting to come across the wrong way with their subscribers. And the reason I know this is because the subscribers have talked to me about it. I talk to a lot of people on Facebook Messenger that y'all don't realize. But they're like, man, we like these guys, but, you know, I'll say this, and you can take it for what it is. It's a 2-cent piece of advice that no one asked for. When you start referring to yourself in the third person, you're arrogant, and you've got a little bit of an ego. And that comes from my pro wrestling days, from being a professional wrestler. If I wanted to get over as a heel, which I have worked as a good guy, a bad guy, and an in-between guy, most of my success came from being a, what we call in the business, a tweener, a good guy who does bad things. When you start referring to yourself in the third person, you need to take a look at and reassess yourself a little bit, because you might be getting what we call in the South a little bit too big for your britches. But that is not directed to anybody. That is not directed at anybody. That is just this fat boy who's riding a fat boy down the road. That's just my observation from what I'm seeing as a whole in the YouTube world. All them different people that I'm seeing, all these different things that I'm hearing, as a whole, they're getting a little bit arrogant. They're getting a little bit, some of them are getting a little bit egotistical, and that's fine. I'm not saying that, and I'm not putting that out there as a bad thing. I mean, to make it in this world, you have to have a little bit of arrogance. You have to have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. You have to have a little bit of ego. But you don't have to come across that way, because I know it's just not a cool look. You know, people, and Moto Bomb Virginia has said to me before, with all the stuff that I've done, he said, you stay humble. You're very humble. He has said that to me before. And I thanked him, because that's the way I want to be seen. I'm nobody. I'm no one special. You know, I am famous in my own head. You know, I have had a little local fame here. I am known in our area, but I'm still just the same guy I've always been. I like to eat fried chicken, drink Mountain Dew, kiss on my wife's neck every now and then, and ride my Harley Davidson. That's what I like to do. I'm nobody special. I really am not nobody special. I just like to do what I like to do, and I hope that everybody else likes to do what they like to do. You know, it's a sucky world if you're out doing a bunch of stuff that you don't care about. But yeah, I mean, you know, just always remember to be humble. Yeah, man, this here comes my Tim McGraw song lyric for the video. Just remember to be humble and kind. Yeah, that Tim McGraw song, great song. Always be humble and kind. You know, you are the center of your YouTube universe on your channel. Absolutely, you are the star. You're the reason that people are clicking on to the videos and watching them. But remember to keep it humble. Remember to stay flat-footed. Be even on the ground. Remember to, you know, remember, as quick as those people clicked onto your video to watch it, if you're throwing off the wrong vibe toward them, they can just as quickly X out of your video and go on to something else. And I know some of y'all gonna say, well, I don't care, that's fine, and I don't either, but I really want people to watch my videos and enjoy what they're watching. And I don't want to come across as a arrogant know-it-all or a, you know, YouTube super cop who's trying to keep, you know, everybody in line. You got to march this straight line right here if you're going to be a part of my community. Just remember to be humble and kind with it. But let me go down here. I got to get some gas, and then we'll shut this video out. I think I have rambled for a while now. But y'all just hang tight a second while we put some gas in Big Papa here. Be back just in a snap of your fingers. Well. Back in the saddle again. Of course, Jay ain't at the shop. He's at the restaurant working today. Well, oh, I know Milkman's on the road, gone out of town. Him and Barb are on their way to Florida. Nothing wrong with that. He's going down. She wanted to go visit some family, so they took off. But any which way. Motorcycles everywhere. Motorcycles. More than my redneck is shining through. Yeah, you pulled up a little bit too far there, sweetheart. I hate Copper Hill. You did good, baby doll. You did good, cutie pie. Parked at one time. Right on red in Georgia. If there ain't nothing coming, is what I've always been told. Alright, well, anyway. Oh. You know, those apps for the GoPro cameras, I have been using my GoPro app on my phone, and I like it. I like it a lot. It helps me review and preview, and just a trick. I know some of y'all are talking about your camera positions and stuff like that. If you will put the Quick app on your phone for your GoPro, you can actually pull up your preview, and you can see what your camera is going to be seeing as you're recording. And it just helps, so you're not looking down, looking up, looking over yonder. You can keep your focus on. But any which way, guys, man, what a day, what a video. I think this is gonna be an alright video. Even to spot the malfunction of it just not now, I will say this, about the voice commands. You got to be careful what you say, because if you use the wrong kind of words, your camera will act accordingly. But yeah, I just wanted to come in here and tell you guys happy Thanksgiving. Wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving. I know you know, I know a lot of people are going through stuff here at the holidays, and people having health issues, and I just hope everybody's doing okay. I really do. I'm looking forward to ham. Ham is my favorite part of Thanksgiving. Turkey's alright, don't get me wrong, I like turkey breast, but R1 will get in on our roaster oven, and she'll throw that big old ham up in that roaster oven, and then she will do up the trimmings that go with it. You know, I do. I look forward to Thanksgiving, but I will also be on vacation this week, so unless things fall apart at work, I'm on vacation this week. But the ham thing is kind of, she'll do up ham. I love ham. Ham is probably ham and fried chicken are like, they run neck and neck with me on which one's the best. I like them both. I love my ham. I love my ham. I ain't gonna lie, I love my ham. People always talk about bacon. I like bacon too, don't get me wrong, but I love my ham. I'm a ham. You know what, I've been a ham man all my life, ever since I was a little bitty kid. My dad always knew I was the ham kid. I loved ham sandwiches. And man, I love ham. I do. So I usually say happy Hamsgiving, but anyway, guys, no matter where you're at in your life, I mean, I know things are tight, things are hard, I know people are struggling, but you know, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, man, and you never know, that light might be you for yourself. You know, you always heard it said, look at the glass half full instead of half empty. But I just want you to know, on behalf of the Rolling with T-Bone crew, all of us here, we want you to know we're thinking about you for the Thanksgiving. We want you to know that we're sending you prayers and good thoughts. And hang on a minute, I got to pull over. GoPro, stop it. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I hate when it feels like there's something crawling around in my helmet. There wasn't nothing there, but anyway, can't never be too safe, too sure, or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, getting back to what I was saying, I just hope you guys are, you know, just trying to find something to be thankful for, be happy about. I know it's different for everybody. You know, I kind of go through that at Christmas time. I don't really care much for Christmas. I never have. Well, when I was a kid I did, but of course those of you who have been around my channel for a while, y'all know my mom was murdered in December. So December, but of course God also blessed me with both of my daughters being born in December, so that kind of outweighed the bad. But Christmas just, it don't seem like it did when I was a kid. It don't seem like it used to. It's so commercial. Well, let's just be honest, all of the holidays are commercial. But yeah, I just want you guys to, I hope things are good for you. I really do. But I tell you what, guys, we're going to say this episode of Rolling with T-Bone is shot and in the bag. I don't know what the next episode will be. Probably going to be a cryptid episode, because I'm really working on the cryptid content. But anyway, until the next time, guys, happy Thanksgiving. May God bless you, keep your family safe, keep you safe. Remember, if you're new here, go check out some of my other videos, like I said in the opening. Make sure I'm right for you, and if you think I am, consider giving us a like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. But guys, until the next time, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and hey, thanks for watching.